Menri Monastery is the principal center of the Tibetan-born religion, originally located in central Tibet. The monastery is now in northern India, in a small village in Himachal Pradesh known as Dolanji. For many years, the 33rd throne holder of the monastery, the Menri Trizin, His Holiness Lungtok Tenpe Nyima Rinpoche, and the Bonpo people here in Dolanji have awaited the Dalai Lama's visit. The Dalai Lama is a practitioner of the Tibetan Buddhist religion, but he is also a friend and supporter of our Bon tradition. The fulfillment of our wishes came on April 20, 2007. For months before the Dalai Lama arrived, the monks and officials of our monastery have made preparations, buildings, painting, planning, and making sure every detail is perfect. Finally, on the morning of the day that Dalai Lama arrives, the Tibetan government in exile offers a long life ceremony for the Menri Tenzin Rinpoche. Tsering Phuntsogla, the minister of the Tibetan government's Religion and Culture Department, escort His Holiness the Menri Tenzin from his residence to the Menri temple, where all the monks and Bon lay people were gathered. As the ceremony begins, Tsering Phuntsogla makes a mandala offerings to His Holiness. The mandala offerings represents an offering of the entire universe and is accompanied by the wish that His Holiness will stay with us in the world for many years. These offerings of text and a statue represents the Buddha's speech and body. At 9 a.m. this same day, His Holiness the Dalai Lama arrives in Solan, about 15 kilometers from our monastery. The Dalai Lama came in a helicopter provided by the Himachal Pradesh state government. That morning, many people gathered at the Solan helipad to welcome him. Venerable Ganguram Musafir, the Speaker of the Himachal State Legislative Assembly, the HP District Commissioner, the head teacher of our monastery, Menri Phonlop Rinpoche, along with many of the monastery staff. On the way to Menri Monastery, His Holiness gives brief teaching to a group of people from Kinnaur, Lahul and Spiti. They have a deep relation with our monastery, as their language and culture is related to Shangshung, the ancient land that is the source of the Bon religion. The Dalai Lama gives teaching on love and compassion and offers blessings.
Thank you. Thank you.
In the nearby village of Ochkat, the Dolanji Tibetan Youth Congress has constructed a welcome gate They are waiting for His Holiness with the local Indian people. These students are from the local central school for Tibetans in Dolanji. His Holiness the Menri greets His Holiness the Dalai Lama with the incense and auspicious scarf. His Holiness the Menri and His Holiness the Dalai Lama have been close friends for many years. Outside the temple, the Menri offers a bone hat called a peshu that is only worn by Bonpo monks. For centuries, we have welcomed our important visitors with Thonpa Shenrup's musical greetings. The animal kingdom represented by the yak, tiger and snow lion also welcomed the guest. After the welcome prayers, His Holiness the Menri offers the mandala of the universe to the Dalai Lama. The candidates for the Geshe degree, which is the highest academic degree in the monastery, are cautioned by students in different subjects.
就地生生生源，生生度，就地人家法律也成牙不是体育，没来想过。这个方面主责的这里呢，三年的学牙有的，程序，三年的学马上后面也是下来的，这是一直在呢，三年的学这个写的我是那个都有，三年的学马来西亚呢，那个有的，他们的本地每个区域里的下来，他让你来说这个项目是这个这个。控制在我说呢，平时都不会花到30种都来搞的，平时都不会来，别改成了，完全是都是。
This year, His Holiness the Dalai Lama is 73 years old. According to Tibetan astrology, this is an age when many obstacles may arise. This ceremony is intended to help clear this away and to ensure long life. The long life mantra evokes the god of wisdom called Mawe Singhe. The monastery's head teacher, the Phonlop Rинпоче, has composed a poem offering where he praises the Dalai Lama's life and accomplishments. The Menri Trizin offers auspicious objects representing the Buddha's body, speech, mind, and the 8 auspicious signs. The Dalai Lama visit is not just important for the monks. Also the lay people are assisting in the ritual, bringing auspicious objects as offerings. The complete Bonpo Tengyur, scriptures of 300 volumes, is offered as a gift to His Holiness to bring back to Dharamsala. This is a tradition distinctive of Bonn, where a prayer is performed in the form of a debate. The building of the new library started in 2002. Preparations have been underway right up until the arrival of the Dalai Lama. Two of the library's main sponsors are Joseph Optiker and his wife Yoke. For the first time in Bonn history, all religious texts will be collected in one place. The consecration of the Tibetan Yungdrung Bonn Library marks this historic event. The old Menri monastery in central Tibet was completely destroyed during the Cultural Revolution. Since then, Tibetan Bonpo have managed to restore most of the ancient building as portrayed in this painting by a Bonn students from the local Dolanji school.
Thank you. Thank you.
The Kanjur Hall is the central room in the library. The consecration ceremony opens with the lighting of a butter lamp. The Bonpo deities are evoked to bless the unique collection of scriptures from all the Tibetan religious schools. The folios of the scripture are wrapped in cloth held together by wooden blocks and tied. The Dalai Lama blesses these essential objects of the library. The library's museum exhibits objects related to the 9 vehicles of born. The seal owned by the 7th century King Likmincha, the last king of Shangshung, has been handed down to Bon abbots through the centuries. His Holiness the Menri Trizin shows an old catalogue of the Bon Canon, authored by the 23rd abbot of Menri. The Menri Trizin has kept this catalogue in with his daily prayer since he was 16 years old. He is now planning to republish the Kanjur according to this catalogue. The library's Shangpod Documentation Center is dedicated to scanning and inputting our text into computers and to producing and storing media related to our traditions. On behalf of His Holiness the 33rd Menri Trizin and all born people, I am deeply honored to welcome His Holiness the Dalai Lama back to Menri Monastery. For so many years, we have worked very hard for this wonderful and historic day. And so it is a special pleasure for me to able to say to His Holiness and his delegation and to all our guests, Kashi Dele, welcome. There is time for a group photo before His Holiness leaves us on the morning of the third day of his visit.